welcome back to Infinity Platter. Today we're making a simple and delicious dessert. Masala chai is one of my favorite ways to enjoy tea. And who doesn't love a creamy, luscious panna cotta? Today we're combining the two and making a masala chai panna cotta. You're gonna love it. It's so easy, so let's get started. So in a pan, add 60 grams of milk. To this, add 1 stick of cinnamon, 2 cloves, 2 cardamom pods, small piece of star anise, 1 small piece of mace. You can also use nutmeg, pinch of pepper, 1/8 teaspoon of ginger powder. You can also use 1-inch piece of fresh ginger, and then bring this to a gentle simmer. Once the milk is heated, add 1 tablespoon black tea powder. Here I'm using Taj Mahal tea, but you can use any black tea powder that you have. After about 30 seconds, add 480 grams of heavy cream. Now bring this mixture to a boil, and soon as it starts boiling, reduce the heat and let it simmer until all the flavors infuse into the cream. After about 2 minutes, you will see that the mixture becomes a darker brown like this, and that's exactly what you're looking for. The tea is nicely getting infused into the cream, and if you want, you can simmer it for a longer time so you get a more intense flavor. So take a call, but don't exceed more than 10 minutes. So while our tea and cream is gently simmering, let's bloom our gelatin. In 3 tablespoons of cold water, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of gelatin. And leave it aside and let it bloom. After about 5 minutes of simmering like this, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 65 grams of sugar. And let everything gently melt again. The gelatin should take about 5 minutes to bloom, after which we will add it to the mixture. Turn off the heat and stir the mixture until the gelatin melts. You will already begin to see the mixture thickens a little. That's fine, that's normal because the gelatin is starting the setting process. See if you can see any of the granules. Looks like all the gelatin is melted. Now it's time to strain this mixture. Use a bowl and put a muslin cloth or a cheesecloth on it. Now pour the mixture. That looks delicious. So once our mixture has been strained, it's time to put them in our dishes to leave them in the fridge and set. So now for this, you can use any kind of molds that you like. Depending if you want to doll up the panna cotta out of the mold, then you can use a silicone mold or a ramekin. But if you want to just set it in a glass dish and eat it from there, So today we're going to set it in all these 3 different kinds of molds, and then I'll show you how you can remove it from this and from this. Now leave these to set in the fridge for at least 4 hours or overnight. So while our panna cotta is setting in the fridge, it's time to make our peanut brittle. Back at home when I have masala chai, I love to have it with some peanut chikki. So I wanted to recreate that, which is why we're making peanut brittle. Here I have in a pan 110 grams of caster sugar, to which I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of water. So now we're going to turn on the heat to a medium-high heat and let it gently simmer until the mixture turns into an amber golden brown. Be very careful when you're making caramel. Try not to leave the stove and go away, because there is literally a second from when it is fine to when it's burnt, and you don't want to mess with hot caramel. And make sure at any given point you don't touch the mixture once it gets hot, because if you use a spoon or a spatula or anything to stir this mixture, it's going to crystallize. You can see that the color has slowly begun to change. Now you should be very watchful as it starts to caramelize faster and faster. If you see the caramel is turning brown too quickly, then reduce the heat a little bit. It's almost there. I think another 30 seconds and it should be done. So once it reaches this color, switch off the heat and add 2 teaspoons of butter. Be very careful. Also add a little bit of salt and add the peanuts. Mix it all well and pour it on to a silicone pad and spread it. Add some more peanuts if you want. Now leave it to set and it will harden as it cools. So about half an hour after setting, the caramel is now hard. Now I'm going to break it into shards. Woohoo! Woo! That's fun. And for garnish, I'm going to put our yummy salty caramel peanut brittle on top of our masala chai panna cotta and enjoy it. To demold the silicone mold panna cotta, just put it in hot water for about 5 to 10 seconds. Remove it and then dollop it on your plate. So now that we've made our panna cotta, it's time to taste it. Wait, where's my shard? Maybe I'll take it with this. Ooh, so creamy. Such a good combination. The tea is actually strong, but I can also taste the various spices that we've used. It's so creamy, smooth and luscious. You are going to love this. If you're unable to demold, then you can eat it straight out of the ramekin. But when you do make this recipe, don't forget to tag me at Infinity Platter on Instagram. Have a lovely day and I'll see you next week. Ciao.